"The Lord will be with me in my adversity." Joseph was one of the 12 sons of Jacob. His father loved him very much and gave him a special coat. Joseph also had dreams that showed his brothers bowing down to him one day. Joseph's brothers were jealous. They were angry about the dreams and the special attention he received. One day when Joseph came to check on them in the fields, they decided to hurt him. They threw him into a pit and later sold him to traveling merchants. Joseph was taken far away to Egypt as a servant. Joseph had done nothing wrong. Still, he lost his home, his family, and his freedom. But the scriptures tell us something very important. The Lord was with Joseph. Even when Joseph was alone in a new land, God did not leave him. Joseph continued to be faithful. He worked hard. He trusted the Lord. This story teaches us that following God does not mean life will always be easy. Hard things can still happen. But when we stay faithful, the Lord stays with us. Today, we learn that if we trust God during our hard times, He will not leave us. Just like Joseph, we can choose to stay faithful, even when life feels unfair. If I am faithful, the Lord will guide and inspire me. Joseph was living in Egypt as a servant. The Lord helped him, and his master trusted him. Later, Joseph was placed in prison because he was falsely accused. Even in prison, the Lord was with Joseph. While he was there, two men had dreams they did not understand. Joseph told them that interpretations belonged to God. Then he explained what their dreams meant. What Joseph said came true. Later, Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, had troubling dreams. No one could explain them. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh. Joseph again said that God would give the interpretation. Joseph explained that Egypt would have 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. Because of this warning, Pharaoh prepared the land. Food was stored during the good years so the people would survive the famine. Joseph trusted God. He gave God the credit. He listened when the Lord helped him understand. This mattered because God used Joseph to save many lives. Today, we learn that when we trust God and seek His help, He can guide us. We may not interpret dreams like Joseph, but we can pray and receive guidance. When we give God the credit and listen carefully, He can help us bless others. With the Lord's help, I can flee temptation. While Joseph served in Egypt, he worked in the house of a man named Potiphar. The Lord blessed Joseph, and everything he did prospered. One day, Potiphar's wife tried to persuade Joseph to do something wrong. She wanted him to betray his master and sin against God. Joseph refused. He said that doing such a thing would be a great wickedness and a sin against God. When she continued to pressure him, Joseph ran away from the situation. Because of false accusations, Joseph was put in prison. Joseph lost his position and his freedom, but he kept his integrity. This story matters because Joseph chose obedience to God over comfort or safety. He understood that sin would separate him from the Lord. Today, we learn that when we are tempted to do wrong, we can choose to turn away quickly. Sometimes the safest choice is to remove ourselves from the situation, just as Joseph did. Staying faithful to God is always worth it. The Lord will help me prepare for possible hardships. Pharaoh dreamed of 7 healthy cows and 7 thin cows. He dreamed of 7 full ears of corn and 7 thin ears. No one in Egypt could explain the dreams. Joseph was brought to Pharaoh. He told Pharaoh that the dreams came from God. He explained that there would be 7 years of great harvest, followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph did not stop with the interpretation. He suggested a plan. During the 7 good years, food should be stored. Then, during the famine, the stored food would keep the people alive. Pharaoh saw that God had given Joseph wisdom. He placed Joseph in charge of gathering and storing the food. When the famine came, Egypt had enough. Many people were saved because Joseph prepared ahead of time. This matters because the Lord sometimes warns His people so they can prepare. Today, we learn that we can prepare for difficult times by listening to God's guidance. We can store what we need, learn good habits, and strengthen our faith. Preparation is an act of trust. Just as Joseph prepared Egypt, we can prepare our lives with wisdom and faith.